Welcome to the Rob and Kale podcast. Rob Sanders.
Cheap, lying, no good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant.
Kale Carolina Jackpot Hall.
Blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah! Holy shit!
The Rob and Kale podcast.
Where's the Tylenol?
And welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. Appreciate you guys checking us out as always. I'm Rob Sanders coming to you from Columbia, South Carolina. My buddy is Carolina Jackpot. He is the best damn Gamecock YouTuber on the planet. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
Good evening, guys. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you had a great Sabbath. I know I certainly did. And college football season, as we know it, has pretty much come to an end. It's time for bowl games now, and time to get rolling on. It's kind of a sad time of the year because we always know we're going to have there's never a shortage of passion here. There's never a downtick in passion. We always have kind of a downtick in participation and viewership, after college football season ends. So hopefully that won't be the case this year. See a lot of folks already over in the chat room. There's a lot of people here. I'd like to say hello to Big Barney Ross, Alan V, Jerome Talking Pruitt, Eric Twyman, John Hopeful, Kirby's Visor, Alex Stewart, UGA Go Dogs, Ray Bob, Stingray, Brock Lee, Berto, Beth Webb, Brandon Monk, Jay Shipes, B Bean, Snake Dr. 5, Justin Bryant, Brandon Coon, Sancho, Billy Cole II, Rack Dog, Stetson Bennett IV. Congratulations on the championship, sir. Senile Joe and Joe D. Cocky Twan. Good evening, everybody.
Yeah, appreciate you guys checking out the show. And we're going to do, Lisa says, what's up, bitches? Hello, Lisa. It's nice that we're being referred to by our grandma as bitches.
Oh, yeah. I mean, better than being referred to as granddaughters, bitches, I reckon.
Let's see here. People over there running their mouths. Big Vol Daddy says muscle shirts are for muscles, Rob. Okay, well, if you want to come lift with me, sir, please do. All you have is a picture there. It's probably you standing with a fish. But hey, whatever floats your boat, sir. Says
hey, don't disgrace BVD.
Yeah, I'm picking at him. He knows that. Got no problem with him. Anyway, if you guys want to join the show, we're going to take calls in just a little bit. We are going to announce the winner of the Callaway's Pick'em Challenge here shortly. I sent Jackpot a message, and it came down to one pick. One pick, ladies and gentlemen. That's how close it was. The difference between the payout and absolutely fucking nothing was one pick, Jackpot.
Wow.
Right. Yeah. So we'll announce that in a moment. Also, Alan, you are not the winner. Big Vol Daddy says, LOL, lift with you, Rob. I'll lift my leg up to your ass. I doubt you could do that, sir. But good luck. Anyway, we also have, we don't thank Callaway's for that. We'll announce the champion here in a little. You may just announce the champion now, Jackpot. That'd be easier.
Yeah. Hell, let's quit with the suspense because I'd like to know.
So going into the final week, Carlos Klein had a 4-pick lead, something like that. And at the end, here is the final standings. We'll go, let's see here, 5th, 4th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so the top 5. Kerry Crow finishes in 5th with 90 points, followed by Rick Nelson with 90, Kentucky Durbin at 91, 92 points, and 1 pick away from the money is Daniel Gregory. And our winner with 93 out of 100 possible 160 picks correct goes to Carlos Klein. Carlos, congratulations. I'll be emailing you. We got to get your shirt size because in addition to a big fat paycheck there from Uncle Jackpot, you get you get T-shirt, championship T-shirt.
Yes,
Yeah.
Carlos. I'll be getting all that cash added up. So I have Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo money. I have to get it all combined together, and I'll get that sent to you sometime. It'll probably be sometime tomorrow evening. I was going to work on it today, but I fell asleep.
Well,
I'm sorry,
well,
and then I had to rake leaves. But I will get it done. And get you your money here in just a day or so. So congratulations, Carlos. That was a solid year you had.
He did have a solid year. And Brock Lee wants to know who wins the golden penis. I did not get a golden penis this year, but I will have one for next year. But the golden penis this year, ladies and gentlemen, would go to Peggin fucking Megan. He finished dead fucking last.
Didn't he win the golden penis last year?
No, last year Mike Muse won it.
Okay.
And he has it proudly displayed in the Callaway's bar. And yeah, so the penis.
It'd be something if somebody won it 2 years in a row. You'd have a penis for each hand.
Yeah, a wall full of penises. That's
That'd
what
be
everybody.
Quite a look.
Jay wants to know if Carlos gets free attendance to the Jack Shack. No, I think Jackpot has sold the Den of Sin or gotten rid of it. So,
I gave up the Den of Sin, moved out of it. What was it? 2 weeks ago Friday? She's not listening to me. 2 weeks ago Friday was the last day I was at the Den of Sin. So yeah.
Let's see here. Kentucky Durban says the kale shitter costume. Yep, the shitter gets everybody.
The shitter got everybody this time. I mean, good Lord. Buffalo, I had to come from behind to beat that shit. I had a terrible week myself. I only had 3 correct picks. That's dog shit, awful. But it happens. It happens. A lot of those teams screwed me. And if I'd went with my gut on some of them later on, I probably would have done a little bit better. But it's okay.
Yeah. So with that, we've got breaking news here, Jackpot. But first, we want to thank Callaway's for that. The Callaway's Bull Pick'em Challenge. We're going to start taking interest. You'll start taking interest in that on Wednesday. Well, you got everything cleared up, and then we can do it Wednesday.
They can go on ahead and start sending their money now. I'll be able to divvy it up because I know by the dates that the monies were sent in, what's Callaway's money and what's not. So it's fine.
Well, it's all Callaway's Pick'em Challenge, but anyway, this is the Bull Pick'em Challenge. Now, this is easier because we're going to have a slate of the bowl games, and you pick one time, and that's it. Very simple. So I think we're going to start. What you got, Jackpot? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was playing around yesterday. I had a parlay going $50. I threw down to win $450, and it was all like favorites pretty much. I picked in the games yesterday. I think there was like 7 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And you know who it was that fooked me?
Clemson.
Freaking Fresno State.
Oh, I was thinking it was Clemson.
No, it wasn't Clemson. I picked them to win. It was I just did money line picks, and Fresno State was the one which makes no sense. They're playing on Boise State's home turf, so that's pretty bad. You can't win your own conference championship on your home turf. I mean, I don't know. I mean, my team. It's been a while since I lost at home, unlike some folks. But anyway, I don't know.
Well,
it happens.
By the way, Jackpot, do you want to start with the bowl games on the 16th or 17th? That's up to you, and I can figure that out later on. But I think that the 16th is a Friday. The first game's at 11:30. The Hometown Lenders Bahamas Bowl. Yeah. Do you want to do that?
Start with that. The Hometown Lenders Bahamas Bowl is important.
Okay. Well, it's important to Miami of Ohio and UAB. So there's that. All right. Anyway, so that's when you got to have your money in by your money and your first set of picks in by 11 a.m. on Friday, December the 16th. So if you want to get involved with that, there you go.
So you got 12 days, guys. No, 13 days. 12 days.
Yeah, 12 days. So we'll get that in there. There's 41 bowl games. Now, here's what happens. If there's a tie at the end of all the bowl games, we'll pick the national championship game with the people that are in contention, and we'll pick the total points of the national championship game. And that's how we will we'll determine a champion. It's $20, just like the Pick'em Challenge. Very good. So thanks to Callaway's for sponsoring that. We appreciate Mike and Billy Muse. If you're in Columbia, go to West Columbia and have some wings. Go to the Golden Tea Lounge. Big Barney Ross, by the way, is coming to Columbia to go to the Golden Tea Lounge. He's already talked to me about it. So if you're into that kind of thing, go by Callaway's. It's great. Sancho says at work, just wanted to give y'all a shout. Love the show. I'll watch the rest later tonight. Y'all be easy. Thank you, sir. All right, Jackpot, we've got big news coming from the transfer portal. We'll get into that in a moment, but let's thank Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport. Fireside Chats with Uncle Jackpot. Jackpot, read away.
All right, we got a lot of BS to spew out tonight. So before I read this, just let me reiterate that these are not the feelings of Carolina Jackpot. However, I'm contractually obligated to this bullshit. Sucks to be a worm puller. In the name of truth and transparency, I must admit to my SEC big brothers that we truly are a joke. We are not to be taken seriously. We have to remind our big brothers that our daddy Clemson won a national championship before we won our first bowl game. We have not led our series versus Clemson in over 120 years. Our goals are Clemson standards. We finally put a stop to the decade of dicking by Clemson, thanks to Clemson playing the worst quarterback in the last 20 years. Thank you, Clemson, for showing empathy to your short bus riding little brothers. While 99% of our fan base are mental midgets and celebrate the pause in the prison rape by Clemson, I know that we are at best quick clips at the Golden Corral Bowl material. As the mouthpiece for the eunuchs of Columbia, I must admit all we have done for the SEC is elevate Kentucky football and validate the pursuit of Missouri. In closing, I want to leave you with a fun fact. How do you get the few heterosexual Gamecocks to quit jacking off? Paint their pecker orange, and they will only beat it once every 8 or 9 years. Yes, it truly sucks to be a Gamecock. Whatever makes you feel better, I guess. You know, whatever soothes the pain. Whatever soothes the pain. Now I can't hear him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had to turn my mic back on. I was laughing too hard. But the best part about that is he called you the eunuch speaker. Oh my God!
I don't even know what that word means. I'm not smart. You know, I don't have a Clemson education.
Well, eunuch, sir, is back in the Parisian times. They would, when the kings would go off to war, they would castrate the slaves for the queen. So she had eunuchs, people that were there that had no penis, so nobody would fuck her. That's pretty much what a eunuch was. So,
so they had a bunch of John Wayne Bobbitts running around.
Yeah, they were just eunuchs. Anyway, so there you go. Thank you to Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport. We appreciate that. All right, Jackpot. Big news coming. I just got the note from CBS Sports. No surprise, Clemson quarterback DJ Uiagalelei is expected into the transfer portal after 2 years, according to 247 Sports' Chris Hummer. He struggled in his time at Clemson. Last night, the young man went in and played 2 series and did not look good at all. Comes out, Cade Klubnik comes in, goes 20 of 24 for 279 yards and a touchdown in the 39-10 win over the Heels. So, yeah, Dabo Swinney said after the game, moving forward, Cade will be the starter and DJ will be the backup. Now, here's the thing with that, and this is just me. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't, Jackpot, but I think that Swinney knew beforehand. I'm just guessing. I mean, I'm sure that he's had a conversation with this young man, and I think he knew beforehand, which makes me question, why the fuck did he start the game yesterday? It's a valid point, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm still a little bit I'm still a little bit, agitated by it. Tater fans are quick to. You're the most spoiled fan base in the country. Number one, that's fact. Number one, and you're quick to just to jump all over the nuts of the first decent thing that comes your way. It kind of reminds me of the Kelly Bryant situation back in 2018 when he was kind of young man giving his heart and soul to Clemson, and then he kind of gets crapped on, and he had to, was given a choice to leave or whatever, and he decided to leave. And now this poor guy, everybody knows he had emotional problems. Poor kid had issues. His parents got a divorce. His head was never in the ball game his entire time at Clemson. So instead of helping him, they bench him, offer no support, and then run him out on a rail the first chance they get. It's very heartbreaking. I feel for the guy. I really do. Yeah, I hope he gets his head screwed on right, and I hope he transfers out to some West Coast school, man, and he just absolutely lights it up because that's what he deserves.
Well, first of all, let's throw one of the things Jackpot said is a complete falsehood. Kelly Bryant was outplayed by the guy that ended up being the number one pick in the draft. So the idea that he had his feelings hurt is fucking insane. And that's just Gamecock fans losing their gizzards over the fact that Clemson's a better program than they are.
Which not so much this year. I mean, yeah. So
hey, you know what? You're going to go 8-4, which you did. And you're going to go to a bowl game against Notre Dame, and they're going to blow you the fuck out, and you'll finish.
Okay, well, I'll remember that. I'll put a pin in that when it doesn't happen, and then we can cry about that too. We're going to this is the Dabo's Daddy Bowl. The Dabo's This is great. We got Clemson versus Tennessee.
Sure.
Who I'm going to be pulling for, by the way. I'm supporting you. I'll be sporting this shirt on December 30th.
You're gonna support the Tennessee program that day?
Absolutely, go Big Orange. I might even support talking balls that day. I mean, I hate Clemson so much.
Are you trying to get back into their good graces and get?
I'm not trying to get into their good graces at all. I think they're a bunch of peckerheads, but I'll be talking balls that day too. Okay, and so that bowl. We can rename the Beamers Bitches Bowl, and the Gator Bowl is going to be the Dabo Daddy Bowl. Dabo's Daddy Bowl. Marcus Freeman is your daddy, and Shane Beamer is Dabo's daddy.
Sure,
it's crazy.
I mean, well,
it's crazy the way things work out.
See, and I have to explain this to Gamecock fans because you guys aren't used to having a team that's worth a shit. It's all about sustained excellence. You had 1 8-4 season, which is kind of what Will Muschamp did in his second year at South Carolina. Just throwing that out there. Let's make sure we put the Muschamp stank on that.
Will Muschamp also lost to Clemson 34-10, but confused.
Sure.
Please continue.
Yeah. Look, and that's fine. Look, you get credit for the win.
Will Muschamp didn't beat two top 10 teams either, so go ahead.
That's okay. Look, whatever you have to tell yourself, Jackpot, you had a hell of a season. I think I picked you to go 7-5, and you went 8-4. Congratulations on that.
We went 8-4, kind of the unconventional way to do it.
Yep, you had a 1-point win over Clemson, and Gamecock fans think that they've gotten Muslims and Jews to get along.
Well, here's my whole thing about that. What is the thing with the 1-point win? What are you guys so hung up on the 1-point win? It doesn't matter if it was by 1 or by 70. You lost, and it said if we had beat you by 21 points, you people would still be as salty as you are by getting beat by 1 point. I mean, it's insane. It's insane.
You're talking about both sides of your mouth. You were the first one talking about we scored 63 against Tennessee. That doesn't matter. What you're telling me?
I never said that. I just posted and score and laughed.
Holy shit. Well, we don't need to be fighting with each other over that. South Carolina plays Notre Dame in the Who Gives a Fuck Bowl, the Gator Bowl, right? That's right.
No, the Dabo's Daddy Bowl. Yes, the Gator
Oh,
Bowl.
is that what you're calling it? Okay.
Dabo's Daddy's Bowl, the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville. Yes.
Okay. Well, good luck with that.
Where you played Syracuse at that time? Well, you didn't really play them. I mean, you guys showed up. You got off the bus. Well, I don't know. You made half of your team stayed on the bus. I think you lost by 40 points of fruit, but yeah, that bowl.
Sure. You know, maybe next year with all this newfound success that you guys are the best team in the history of teams. Maybe you can beat Mizzou next year. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe so. You know, maybe so.
Probably not, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we'll see.
The whatever the hell the Gamecocks are gonna play the Catholics, and we may talk about this later. Clemson's had four players enter the transfer portal. South Carolina, their best defensive back is going to the NFL. The last time that you've seen these teams play in the realm of where they are, as far as the 2022 set, is Clemson yesterday in the ACC championship game, South Carolina the week before against Clemson. I mean, it's going to be, I think we both can agree upon this, Jackpot. It's going to be a monumentally different team for both teams.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely so.
So it's really hard to try to pick these games too, because you don't know who's going to be there and who's not. So, I mean, we goof about it, but in the end, man, the bowl season may end up being a shit show. So anyway,
it may be. So Clemson's so Fred Davis entered the transfer portal.
Yeah, so did EJ Williams, which
is he a receiver?
Yeah, he had 7 catches for 70 yards this season. I wonder if there was a conversation that was like, hey, you may not be a part of it here.
No, maybe he just wants to go somewhere where he can catch balls. I mean, because they don't. I mean, the Clemson receiver, you don't have any receivers who are a legitimate threat to take the top off of defense. Well, that guy that stumbled and bumbled on the K Club, which that was a nice pass through to that one, the I don't know, the white kid. He stumbled, fell just short of the goal line. Hell, that might be your best receiver.
Who knows?
He can hold on to balls. I guarantee you Antonio Williams wouldn't have held on to that.
Yeah.
He'd have fumbled that thing out the end of the end zone.
Yeah, Sergio Allen also. He hasn't been with the team since September, but he's hitting the transfer portal.
With Fred Davis transferred, then whatever school he transferred to, that town or city or municipality that said school is located in needs to put their postal workers on lockdown. Let them be informed of Mr. Davis's lead foot, and he likes to race and burn rubber down the main highway and put people's lives in danger.
But by the way, one of the rumors is that he's going to South Carolina. So good luck with that.
Oh,
you guys could have our leftovers. So
that's fine. That's fine because the main post office is downtown, and maybe he can stay out of their way. Then we can find him a place to go. There's got to be a drag strip or something near there. We can go let him go have his fun at. So
yeah. All right. Well, anyway. Other bowl matchups, of course, Clemson will play Tennessee in the what is it? The Orange Bowl?
The Orange Bowl.
The Orange Bowl. Yeah.
Yep,
So there's
the Beamer's Bitch Bowl. Don't act like you don't know where it's at. Y'all been there before. You'll remember the one time when y'all were at the Orange Bowl a few years back. That was the beginning. That was the beginning of something great. That 70.
Why don't you?
That 70-point loss. That was the beginning of it all right there. So when we hired Brent Venables, we knew we had to elevate ourselves.
Hey, why don't we just do this, sir? Since South Carolina won the Palmetto Bowl this year, the biggest win in the history of the program, why don't you tell me about your BCS appearances or your college football playoff appearances?
To me, going to a BCS Bowl didn't mean anything unless you were in the BCS game. Was Clemson ever in the BCS game? No.
No. Okay. Well, how about this? Surely South Carolina has I mean, I don't know. Maybe they have an SEC championship to talk about. I mean, the West Division had a 3-loss team that lost to Florida State this year. Surely you have that, right? Why don't you tell us about that season?
Surely
That had
we have a
great season, right?
3-loss team that beat Florida State. What?
Yeah, the team that went for the West this year, because getting into the SEC championship game's fucking easy. You can go by losing to Florida State and Texas A&M, and
Well, Florida
and
State's not in the SEC, so that's irrelevant.
it is relevant in this season because the winner of the West lost to a team from the ACC Atlantic that finished like what, third or fourth. So I mean, getting into that SEC championship game is fucking easy. South Carolina should have at least
FSU
one
almost
title,
lost
right?
to the team that finished like 5th in the SEC East.
Sure, but they didn't. Yeah. I mean, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
surely you have an SEC title. I mean, just one. I mean, Tulane's got an SEC
Doesn't ma-
title.
yes, they do.
Georgia Tech has
Congratulations.
SEC title.
Tulane's a good program.
Yeah, SEC titles have it too, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's Georgia Tech. I mean, okay, we don't need to do all that. We don't need to put South Carolina's football history out there. I mean, considering the fact that they had one good 5-year stretch and then
Well, I mean, yeah, they had a good 5-year stretch. I also had a good game last Saturday too. So,
they did, and they won. And it's probably the biggest win in school history. I've pretty
not
much
sure about that, but okay.
Well, think about it. No, I'm being realistic here. Can you think of a bigger win? Winning on the road, winning against a team that's in the top 10, the Alabama team.
The Tennessee win was by far much bigger. I mean, Tennessee was a better team. Tennessee was ranked higher. Tennessee was only had one loss to the number 1 team in the country. I mean, that by accounts, and Tennessee was a bigger favorite. So the Tennessee win was much better.
Okay.
Just a much better team.
Sure.
But,
we'll see about that because
they're going to be the much better team on December 30th.
Well, I wonder if, I don't know what time the games are at the same time, right? Jackpot, aren't they both the same time?
No, our game, the Dabo Daddy Bowl is at 3:30, and the Beamer Bitch Bowl is at 8. So they go right kind of in lockstep. As soon as one's over, it'll be almost time for yours to get cranked up. I can't wait.
Well, good for you, sir. Anyway,
can't wait. I think Overthrow Joe may hang 40 on Clemson.
Anyway, biggest win of the Gamecock in history for you guys, and maybe you guys will hang a banner for that. We beat Clemson. Awesome.
No, that wasn't the biggest win. I already
banner,
told
please.
you that wasn't the biggest win in history, and I just told you all about why it
God,
was.
I can go back to your comments from before where you said Tennessee was a gimmick offense and everything else. You beat a really good Clemson team.
Me, who in the world who championed that all year long? That's what's dripped off your tongue at least 50 times per podcast this entire season. I didn't hardly say anything about the gimmick.
You loved every second of it, sir. Gimmick offense, you love that term. So don't.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. Yes, now I've moved on, and I felt sorry for them after we beat up on them, and now it's my time to pull for them. It's time for me to pull them up. Pull them up by the bootstraps. Like, come on, you can do this. Come on. It helps teams sometimes. It helps teams. You saw what happened when I quit on the Gamecocks for 4 days. They retooled themselves. They reset. I think the players found out about it. I don't know who leaked it to them. I don't know. But somebody let them know, hey, bruh, Jackpot ain't too happy with us and shit. And and they went out there and they dropped the nuts, as Cam Smith says, and they got it together.
Let's read R's comment here, who obviously can't put his full name out there. It just has an R as his picture. This is the comment from the Gamecock fans. Jackpot, give Rob a hanky. He's pissed we his gay team. Please, sir, speak in complete sentences if you're going to write comments in the chat. There are some.
He says, Jackpot, give Rob a hanky. He's pissed we beat his team.
Where do you see that, sir? I see
we his right here.
I don't know. Oh, bullshit. Daniel with the super chat. Congratulations, Carlos. He'll be back for vengeance. Yes, sir. Daniel, hey, man, you were right there. And by the way, folks over there thinking that we're pissy with each other, we're just babbling back and forth. Jackpot said far worse things to me, and I've said far worse things to him. We're not going to, it's not like mom and dad fighting. We're going to have a goddamn divorce. Calm down over there. It's all right.
No, I don't know. I mean, I'm probably going to get you pretty pissed off before this game comes up.
We shall see. All right. Look,
Dwayne Wicker says Notre Dame's quarterback is in the portal.
he is.
Which one, sir?
Pine is his name?
He's
Chris
in the
Paul.
portal. Well, hell, he's the one that's played all year.
Yeah.
I mean, my God. I don't want to see all this now. I want a competitive game in the Dabo's
that's what I'm
Daddy
saying.
Bowl. I don't want to just go out there and just kick their ass up around their shoulders.
Yeah. Yak Craval says, get a divorce so we can have 2 Christmases.
There you go.
Drew Pine. Thank you. I thought it was Chris Pine. You're right. All right. Well, anyway, I wanted to look at a couple of these other bowl games and we'll take some calls here. Let's see here. Let's just look at. There was talk about Mizzou not wanting to play Kansas. Mizzou ends up with Wake Forest in the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. That's interesting, right, Jackpot?
Yeah, that's weird. I would have liked to have seen Notre Dame. Or that's an interesting matchup. I would have liked to have seen Mizzou and Kansas. That had something to do with their basketball game against Missouri, or the basketball game. I'm sorry, against Kentucky, from what I gather. And I don't know.
Let's run down.
That sounds kind of a stupid reason to want to move your damn football game around. I mean, that would have been a great bowl game to be in. But at any rate, I'm sure that Mizzou will handle business there against Wake Forest.
We shall see. Florida plays the Beeve, Jackpot. Florida and Oregon State in the Las Vegas Bowl.
Oh, the Beeve is going to kick their ass. They're going to kick their ass.
Kansas and Arkansas in the Liberty Bowl. Boy, two 6-6 teams there. What a shitter. That should be the Kale Hall shitter of the bowl contest.
It may be. Yeah.
Texas Tech's going to play Ole Miss in the Texas Bowl. Alabama and Kansas State in the Sugar Bowl. I've heard there's rumors that Bryce Young and Will Anderson will not play in that game, so that's going to be interesting. We'll see how that goes. Iowa and Kentucky.
That's real. I mean, that's just okay. I get it if you want to sit the damn Gasparilla Bowl out, you want to sit the Union Mortgage Trailer Home Bowl out, you want to sit the Independence Bowl out. Do you want to sit the Sugar Bowl, or what is it? The Cotton Bowl, Sugar Bowl? What are they playing in?
Sugar Bowl.
The Sugar Bowl out. That's just That's just a bitch made bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a bitch made bitch.
Iowa and Kentucky in the Trans Perfect Music City Bowl.
Trans Perfect.
Yes, sir. Anybody know what that is? What is trans?
I don't know. They're talking about my figure.
Oh, okay. God damn it. You got me. All right. Ohio State and Georgia in CFP semifinal 1. Then that's going to be it. Let's see here. What the
Billy said, would you want your son to play in a bowl that don't matter? Well, I mean, if that's the case, then the only ones that matter are the college football playoff ones, Billy. I mean, come on. I mean, you're too old to be making comments like that. That's for these damn young fucks to say stupid shit like that.
He's trying to needle me about it. Look, I want the bowl games to matter, but as far as having the teams that were there in rivalry weekend, you're not going to have it. You're going to be watching second and third string guys out there playing. So the idea
you're going to be watching the future.
Yeah, that's basically what you're watching. Mississippi State and Illinois in the Relia Quest Bowl. And then what's the other one? The other one is
thank God we didn't have to go to that.
LSU and Purdue in the Citrus Bowl.
LSU and Purdue.
Yeah. Let's see how that works out. A couple of other games here. Cincinnati will play Louisville on December 17th in the Fenway Bowl. What a shitter. UCF and Duke in the Military Bowl. Oregon and North Carolina in the San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl. Why the fuck is North Carolina going to San Diego to play a bowl game? That doesn't make any sense.
It's a tie-in. It's a tie-in. It's a bowl tie-in. Did I tell you last year UCLA was supposed to play NC State in that bowl, and UCLA forfeited it because of COVID issues. So I guess technically NC State won that bowl game since they had to forfeit it. And I was watching a thing before the season started. What's the quarterback for NC State that was hurt? What was his name?
Devin Leary.
Devin Leary was taking some dude on YouTube around a tour of the NC State football facility, which is pretty nice, actually. And they had the 2021 Holiday Bowl trophy on fucking display. No shit. Actually, they do. I'm like, really?
They took that damn trophy and they didn't even fucking play the game.
Really? I'm like, y'all are proud of that?
Of course they
are. What the hell?
They were holding up the trophy the day of when they went in, and their dickhead coach just, yay, we're winners. Yeah, sure you are.
Yeah. I don't really particularly like them. So
yeah. Syracuse and Minnesota in the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. That's at Yankee Stadium. You know, I'd go to a game at Yankee Stadium. Why not? Oklahoma and Florida State in the Cheez-It Bowl. Boy, that's interesting.
It is.
Maryland and NC State, two teams that were in the ACC, will play for the Mayonnaise, the Duke's Mayo Bowl. Pittsburgh and UCLA will play in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. So there's that. Any of those bowls you're looking forward to, Jackpot?
I think that Oklahoma Florida State bowl game will be interesting. I mean, I'm interested to watch any of the teams in the SEC East, I guess, play. Some of those could be interesting matchups, but some of those are just ugly, just nasty ones.
Which one's going to be the shitter, Jackpot? Cincinnati and Louisville, or Arkansas and Kansas?
I think you got to go with Cincinnati and Louisville. Cincinnati's been quite a disappointment this year. Very disappointing team, and no Luke Fickell to coach them. So he's gone. And then we got Louisville with their liar head coach, and that having to travel up to where are they going? Is that in Yankees? That's in Boston. That's the Fenway Bowl.
Fenway Bowl, yep.
Yeah, that's going to definitely be one that's hard to watch.
Big Barney Ross says, I'm looking forward to the Indica and Sativa Bowl. God damn it, Big Barney Ross. All right. Why don't we take some calls, Jackpot? Let's do that now. The phone number is 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. That is the number to dial if you would like to join us on the program this evening.
Yak says Kentucky and Iowa is clearly a toilet bowl. Are they playing again?
I don't know. I have to look. I didn't. I pulled up the ACC and SEC matchups. Let's look at the Big Ten. We're waiting on some calls to come in here. Yep. All right. There you go. Yep. So call away. 803.
They were playing last year.
Yeah. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hi, this is Jacob. Hi,
Jacob.
I watched the Clemson and UNC game last night, and when I saw Kay Klubnik going in, I was proud of the decision and the way he was playing until the very end of the game, which I thought, in my opinion, he, as of now, when DJ's now on the transfer report, I think he's the starting quarterback for this team from now on, for this next game.
Yeah.
And do you think that Cade deserves a lot of credit for the way he came into the game?
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. You go into every season hoping to win your conference championship, but
yeah,
in my opinion, This is a season of wasted opportunities for Clemson. Offense was, someone told me that Clemson had the highest scoring offense in the ACC. I went and looked that up, but it just felt like they were in neutral all season. And I think there's things that have to be fixed. And I don't think it's just Klubnik either. I mean, he went in and he made plays, got the Tigers the ACC championship, which is good. But in the end, I mean, they've got to figure out some stuff on the offensive line. And Jackpot said something earlier that is absolutely 100% true. They have no wide receivers that are game-changing wide receivers anymore. They just don't. There is no Justin Ross. There is no Hunter Renfrow. They don't have any of those guys anymore. So until they fix those things, the Clemson offense, I mean, they'll score points, but as far as, hey, we need to go down the field and score quickly, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to be that way.
Yeah, and also defense is, I think, in my opinion, another little bit of a problem right now. A little bit.
Well, the Clemson defense had some issues against the pass. They got to figure that out. So, all right, caller, appreciate it, man. You have a good night.
You too.
All right, let's back out to the phones. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
How are you guys doing?
Hi.
Great.
Just wanted to ask y'all real quick. Normally I get on here and ask about Carolina Gamecocks football, but kind of something a little bit different. I'm actually from Conway, South Carolina, where Coastal Carolina is at.
Yeah.
And so I grew up going to those games. I was kind of shocked to see. I wasn't shocked to see Jamie Chadwell leave. I was just more shocked to see where he landed, because I thought that maybe I've always compared Liberty used to be Coastal's rival in the Big South, and so kind of comparable programs.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of wondering where his thought process. I know he kind of got a pretty good payday there. It's a 7-year deal, but I wonder maybe if it was just because Coastal Carolina really is going to lose a ton of talent this year. And so maybe if it was just because maybe he saw the writing on the wall that they probably wouldn't be able to compete as good as they have in the last 2 or 3 years. But I don't know. What's your thought on that?
I thought that was strange too. Thought that was just like a lateral move, really. And I don't know, if Liberty's planning on trying to move up to a Power 5 school sometime in the near future.
They're moving up to.
They're moving to Conference USA, I think.
Yeah, it's Conference USA is where they're moving, and it's like
not exactly,
well,
he's not exactly going from the outhouse to the penthouse. It's kind of like
is Conference USA any better than the Sun Belt? I mean,
I think it's maybe one notch above, but not really.
I personally wouldn't think they are. You think about Appalachian State with Texas A&M was a dumpster fire, but you have some big, pretty decent schools in that in the Sun Belt. Well, me and one of my friends was talking the other day about it, just how you have a lot of teams that can really upset Power 5 schools. I believe that if Coastal's quarterback Grayson McCall would have been healthy, I believe they could have handedly beat Virginia. And honestly, I believe Coastal really is a quality program. And I think, I believe Coastal Carolina is one of the largest. I think it may even be the largest school in South Carolina as far as enrollment with students, kind of like how UCF is in Florida. And I wonder sometimes if they could probably follow that blueprint that UCF has kind of set and kind of maybe get to a Power 5 possibly one day. But the problem with Coastal is you look at it from the standpoint of which conference is going to, with TV rights. The ACC doesn't need Coastal. The SEC doesn't need Coastal. And so that would kind of be hard for Coastal Carolina. but I believe that they definitely could recruit. You're right there at Myrtle Beach, and I believe it has. For Jamie Chadwell to go to a place like Liberty, I feel like he could have actually had even more success if he would have stayed at Coastal and built that program even more.
So, yeah, you're probably right about that. And there's news coming out on Twitter right now that South Carolina is going to hire Dan Mullen as their offensive coordinator. I mean, jackpot. I mean, hey, and not to take anything away from what you're talking about with Coastal, but I know you talk about the Gamecocks too. I don't know if this is etched in stone yet or not, but there is a lot of language out there with some folks that say that maybe Dan Mullen's going to be the OC at South Carolina. That's interesting.
Well, hey, you know what, Rob? I mean, yeah. It's recruiting season, so we're going to do recruiting now.
Well, I hope it's true. I hope it's true. He definitely would be better than. I actually live in Iowa. I'm a pastor, and I live in Iowa near. Now I'm only about 30 minutes from Omaha, Nebraska, and so all of where I live, they're talking about, Matt Rule and how big he is. I'm like, well, your offense is just going to be absolutely terrible, just so you know, and telling people. But I hope it's true. I think Dan Mullen will be a good hire.
Well, we're not I haven't talked to folks that I know yet from my days working and covering the Gamecocks, and I still do, but not as much as I used to. But we'll see what I can find later on. But maybe that's where he's going to go. Who knows? Biscuit says Megan Mullen's going to be the recruiting coordinator.
I didn't know if Caller knew it, but Liberty's enrollment's like 46,000 students, making it one of the largest enrollments in FBS football. It's crazy.
It is a big school. It's the largest Christian university in America.
I don't know. They have a lot of satellite campus. I don't know. Or I don't know. They have like night school students, because that's not a real big place, I don't think.
All right, caller. Well,
it is.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say it could be online too, because it's huge for pastors going through seminary for online. So that might be do that.
Well, and let's not forget that Hugh Freeze went there and found Jesus, and then when he did, he went to Auburn. So I mean, they do save souls there. I mean, that happens. I'm not mocking. Look, respectfully, sir, that's what he said. He said he went to Liberty to find Jesus. He got there, had his time there, and now he's been, it's his soul is cleansed, I guess, and now he's the head coach at Auburn. So who knows? I'm not mocking at all. I mean, hey, if you can figure it out, however you got to do it, right?
Absolutely. Y'all have a good day.
Appreciate it, buddy. Brock with a great comment here. Dan Mullen is a great offensive mind, and he doesn't have to worry about recruiting because Beamer does the bulk of the recruiting. Brock is a smart commenter. I completely agree with that comment.
Bet with the intelligent comment over here online. He says, why does South Carolina love to hire former Florida coaches? LMAO. Well, they do. Okay. They've hired exactly 2. And they went one for 2, hit a home run with one, and struck out with the other. So we'll see.
Anyway, if South Carolina gets Dan Mullen, that's a hell of a hire for an offensive coordinator. That's not any bullshit aside. The guy's got a proven track record as being a great X's and O's guy, and that would be a great hire for South Carolina.
Recruiting season. I mean,
yeah,
it's going to make us dangerous, even more dangerous. So can you imagine we're going to be even more lethal than we were with Marcus Satterfield?
I know, right? Welcome to the program. Good evening. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, good morning. How y'all doing?
Good morning.
Right.
Yeah, doing good. I tuned in late. Did y'all say South Carolina hired Steve Spurrier?
No, sir. Apparently, there are rumors that Dan Mullen is going to be the offensive coordinator at South Carolina, according to, several different Twitter folks, etc. So,
You're cutting out. You said Will Muschamp?
No, sir. I said Dan Mullen. Dan Mullen, Megan Mullen
Oh.
going to be down there kissing the players.
Megan Mullen's husband.
Yeah, Megan Mullen's husband.
Okay. That's cool. Hey, congratulations, Rob, on your Orange Bowl bid.
Yeah. Nice to go to a big bowl.
That's going to be an interesting game. I wish it worked out for the Orange Bowl, but I really wish they would do away with all these conference tie-ins and we could get more interesting games like that. Yeah. So, what bowl did South Carolina get?
They're going to the Gator Bowl.
They still have that?
Yes, sir.
They
Still do.
Oh, I thought they only had the New Year's Six in the playoffs. I wouldn't have any way of knowing about those. I thought they did away with those other ones.
That's a good point, man.
They still have the Gator Bowl, you say?
They still have the Gator Bowl. You're absolutely right. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I can't think of anything else to waste time. So, guess I'll let you gentlemen go. No, I'm not going to say anything about you not having any sleeves. Have a good morning.
Thank you, sir. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. Big Barney Ross says, who will wear orange in the Orange Bowl, Clemson or Tennessee? I don't know. That's a good
What's
question.
that?
Who's gonna wear orange in the Orange Bowl, Clemson or Tennessee? I think Clemson will wear the white shirts with the orange pants, and Tennessee may go with those black uniforms. I don't know.
I hope Tennessee goes with the smoky grays. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever they wear, it doesn't matter. They can put on purple. They're gonna beat Tater ass.
Okay. Well, good. Let's see how that works out.
Can't wait.
Jackpot. Are we gonna stream that day?
Definitely gonna try to. I definitely can stream the night game.
Well,
definitely can do that one, and hopefully I'll be off work in time for the Gamecocks game. With it being on a Friday, that's kind of.
Well, I will be covering the Gamecocks, and then right after that, I'll jump on the stream with you to do the rest of that game. So stay tuned for that. All right, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. If you'd like to join the program today, 803-470-2905. Kentucky Durban's calling it the Halloween Bowl. Very good, sir. That's actually really funny. I like that. All right, so you guys are welcome to join us here on the program. The final standings for the Callaway's Pick'em Challenge. I just posted it. Carlos Klein wins 93-92 over Daniel Gregory, and he is taking home the championship there. I just posted that on robandkaleshow.com, and now I'm going to share it to Facebook, so you can go over there and check it out as well. Jackpot, you finished 15th, sir. That's not bad. Not bad at all.
No, I think I would have done a little bit better than that too had I not pooped down the back of both legs in this past week. 3. Ugh. Bad.
Someone's posting about people are upset that Uiagalelei is hitting the transfer portal, and they're Clemson fans about what the fuck do you want? You don't want.
What do you want, people? I mean, you wanted him ran off. And you couldn't stand him. You hated him. So he was the worst quarterback there in 20 years, which is not true, by the way. Cole Stout was worse than Ukulele. I have that confirmed. He was. Do you agree? I mean, come on.
Yeah, if you told me to pick either Cole Stout or Uiagalelei, I would pick Uiagalelei.
Well, I mean, Cole Stout had more weapons. He had more weapons on the outside anyway than Ukulele did. But anyway, I mean, people have short memories. A lot of them probably don't even know who Cole Stout is. Clemson got a lot of new fans, But it's just sad. It's this guy. He was recruited hard to Clemson. He committed there. I mean, he could have gone anywhere, and he chose you. And then they turn their back on him. It's just sad. Just sad to watch. Sad to watch. I was giving Spencer Rattler a hard time. He wasn't doing very well this season at South Carolina, and that's fine. He's not a homegrown dude. He's a transfer portal person. He was brought there for one reason only, to win and to quarterback that football team. DJ was a homegrown talent. He came to Clemson. He's a Clemson guy. He was there from his freshman year on, and it's kind of like the Braves, kind of like the Braves, how upset everyone was when Freddie Freeman left to join the Dodgers, how upset everyone was when Brian McCann went to wear pinstripes, because they were homegrown people. They were Braves, and it just, when Mark Teixeira left, when B.J. Upton left, I didn't care. These guys weren't real Braves. They were just there for a season. It's kind of the same thing. Really, it's sad. It is sad.
Well, whatever you want to float out there, Jackpot.
Uncle Lou says, does it really matter who plays quarterback for Clemson anymore? Shipley is the only playmaker, and the defense will be in the toilet next year.
We'll see about that. 803-470-2905. DJ.
They were kind of hovering in the toilet this year, weren't they?
Defense was. I got to look at the final numbers. DJ would have made the practice squad more formidable in the scrimmages. That's a good point, sir. Good point, sir. That's a good one. Kyle Parker disagrees. Yeah. No, I mean, Cole Stout, unless it was Oklahoma, where he lit Oklahoma up like a fucking Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless it's Oklahoma, Cole Stout is probably the worst Clemson quarterback in the past 20 years. I would definitely buy that.
He kind of had a coming out party against Oklahoma, kind of like Spencer Rattler did against Tennessee. I mean, I dare say if Cole Stout, it's a shame he didn't get another game to play at Clemson. Good Lord, who else might he have blown out,
Diego's Coppin says, what will Rob do if South Carolina beats Notre Dame and Clemson loses to Tennessee? I guess we'll find out. I mean, I'm going to show up and do the same podcast that I've been doing for fucking ever anyway. The world keeps spinning, sir.
Bright Lee with another good comment. He's got some smart comments tonight, some educational stuff for everyone else. I need to see Cade played more before I can say he's great, because he didn't look that great during the season and played against a terrible UNC team. Facts. People thought Jason Brown was good before Missouri. Yeah. Remember the little spin move?
Yeah, where that was a Texas A&M game, right?
Yeah, the little spin move.
Yeah, that was a mess. Yeah, he was terrible. Look, and I think Clemson fans, you're right. They need to pump the brakes on this too, because I think he'd only thrown like 12 passes or something heading into last night, and now it's like, oh, he's the anointed one. The North Carolina defense is terrible.
Yeah, Uncle Lou called it last night on the live stream, Tennessee level bad.
Yeah, they are really, really bad.
Yeah.
So,
now, hopefully that defense is shored up a little bit for the Orange Bowl. Because I mean, Clemson likes to give up some points in Miami. We all know this. We know this.
Yeah, game time, and they don't get to play in big bowls, so we don't know how they would do in Miami.
It's a big bowl. They're both there on the east coast of Florida. Not a lot of difference between the two. Not a lot of difference.
Uncle Lou is spreading some nonsense. He says, I messaged him today and told him that I'm looking to replace Jackpot. I'm not replacing Jackpot. Are you out of your damn mind? See, you go start some shit over there. That's not the way that it is. Just because Jackpot and I throw shit at each other doesn't mean that we're going to split the show up. Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he wants to get rid of me, that's fine. I'll just go in there and go back to bed.
All right. 803-470-2905. Stop with the rumors over there. That's not happening. 803-470-2905. If you'd like to join the program. Jay says, Rob, does the wife beaters help clear up the back acne from the steroids? I don't use steroids, sir.
What?
What he thinks that I'm on steroids.
Justin Martin says, "What are your thoughts on Deion Sanders going to Colorado?" I mean, I think it's cool. I mean, I think Colorado has the ability to be a sleeping giant. And I'm not being facetious. I mean, they have had some really good teams in the past, had some really good players out there in the past. And, I mean, let's face it, should be the dominant program in the state of Colorado. And with him out there, I mean, he's going to attract some dudes, man. He's going to attract some dudes. The Pac-12 should get the Pac-12 South anyway they play in, which I guess that'll probably be dissipated when UCLA and them leave. But I think he'll make them really competitive right off the get-go. He's going to get some recruits in there. He'll probably get some decent transfer portal hits too, pretty quickly. So,
Caller, welcome to the program. Yeah, you're right, Jackpot, about that. Anyway, caller, what you got?
Hey, it's Big Bernie Ross. Calling in tonight. For the last at least 3 weeks, Tennessee Vol fans have been begging to play Clemson in the bowl. They got their wish. I'd like to hear from Rob. What's a key, do you think, it's going to be for Clemson to win this Orange Bowl? And I'll get off here and listen to what you got to say.
Well, here's the thing with that. I don't know who Clemson's going to have there. I don't know who Tennessee's going to have there. So it's kind of hard to really judge that. I do think that the team that has the least amount of players that leave the program, and didn't Tennessee's offensive coordinator, didn't he leave too, Jackpot, if I remember correctly?
He got the head coaching job. He replaced Jeff Scott.
Yeah, down at South Florida. So I look, I know that
That's fine. John Hopeful's going to take over the offense, and they'll be just fine. You won't miss a beat.
So it's really hard for me to sit here and, I mean, if we're talking about making an educated guess on who's going to win, I don't know who's going to be there. I really don't. I don't know who's going to have, hey, my toe hurts and I'm not going to play. There's going to be a lot of that too. And so I don't really know, to be completely honest. So the team that has the most players that were there at the beginning of the season and at the end of the season and were playing well will probably win the game. And I know that sounds like I'm being flat. Now, on the other side, fuck Tennessee and their gimmick offense, and I hope that Clemson wins by 30. So the Tennessee folks, by the way, someone actually put this out there earlier. You guys wanted Clemson all the time. Now you've got Clemson, and now you got to shut the fuck up because maybe you know what's coming. Maybe. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I think they're going to have a little bit of a tough time, but that's just me.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've got the damn Jackpot kiss of death, so generally Jackpot roots for another team, and they don't really do well. He did do well with Mizzou, so maybe that'll help. B Bean says, "Can you say fuck Tennessee on YouTube?" I will say it again. Fuck Tennessee. So, but see, here's the thing though. The people that have been, I don't think the bowl games mean as much as they used to. So Clemson wins this game. Tennessee will be like, we didn't have Hooker. We didn't have our offensive coordinator. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Yeah, what's up, guys? This is VicTube.
Hello, VicTube.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask y'all what y'all think about South Carolina and Notre Dame playing in the real ACC championship.
Oh, yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. I know Spencer Rattler is going to be – he's playing in the bowl game, which is a good thing. Notre Dame's playing with a backup quarterback. South Carolina's really got to really concentrate on this during these however many practices they get. What is it, like 18 practices or something before a bowl game? They've got to concentrate on stopping the run. They're just not very good at stopping the run. They didn't even stop it against Clemson, and they won the game. But with that being said, if they can do those things, it should be an easy win. Should be.
All right. Vic too, man. Hey, thanks for calling the program, buddy. We appreciate it.
Yeah, okay.
All right. 803-470-2905. If you'd like to join the program this evening. By
He
the way,
being said, Notre Dame quarterback will transfer before the ball. He already has. He's in. What did you hear that about? Did you see about Tom Herman going to South Florida?
yeah, I did. I did see. Wait a minute. No, it couldn't be South Florida because
Not
that's
South
where-
Florida, Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic.
Florida Atlantic. Yeah.
Old
Yeah, I sent you that.
titty bar Tom. That's what they called him on Zach Smith's podcast. He's going to be having fun down there.
Well, he's still collecting that Texas money, so there's that. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Not really anything wrong with the titty bar, just to be fair. But I wasn't going to call back in, but someone asked me to. I wonder if I could get you guys' thoughts on. Now I know Tennessee had a pretty good season in football, so I'm not sure what they're going to do now, as far as their whole thing where they pretend to be a basketball skew when their football team is real bad, and then when the basketball team doesn't make the Final Four because they've never made a Final Four, then they start pretending to be a baseball skew and all that. So I don't know what they're going to do with that since they went 10-2. Maybe it depends how bad they lose to Clemson. I don't know. But that's not why I'm calling. The reason I was calling is to get you guys' thoughts on this. What do you think about? I know it's early in the season for basketball, but I was calling to get you guys' opinions on what do you think about the fact that Georgia has more wins in basketball right now than Tennessee does? And I'll hang up and talk.
Well, we haven't really gotten into basketball season yet, but
they got more wins than South Carolina does. And God, South Carolina they pulled one out of the shitter yesterday on the road. Like that was like they played Georgetown in DC yesterday, the MCI Center or whatever it's called, and they were behind, and they had to go to overtime there and came from behind. Got a uncontested 2 shots for flagrant, like the Georgetown player grabbed the Gamecock player Hayden Brown's jersey, prevented him from getting his shot off, and so he got two foul shots uncontested. Of course, he was only able to hit one, so the game went to overtime. But Patrick Ewing, holy shit! Him and Lamont Paris met over at midcourt with the referees to discuss that play. You don't realize, I mean, how big. And I don't know how big Lamont Paris is. I would think he's at least over 6 feet tall. I mean, obviously, probably played basketball at some point. But Patrick Ewing, I mean, that dude he's huge, man. He is, I mean, he's every bit of I don't know, 6'10", 6'11", and he's just freaking massive.
Yeah, he is a massive dude. You're right about that. Let's go back out to the phones. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
Hey, what's up? It's Ballard Sports Media. How you guys doing?
Good.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good, man. I wanted to obviously come on tonight and talk, college football, but obviously these 4 teams, I mean, how cool is it? I mean, after the couple times that we've gotten 2 SEC teams, to see 2 Big Ten teams in a different conference get 2 teams in, I think that's actually pretty incredible. And how crazy would it be if that's what ended up being the national championship?
Yeah, I mean, that would be look, the Big Ten folks, man, they're running their craziness right now.
They're licking their chops.
Oh yeah, they absolutely are. We pick at them about the whole thing with Big Ten football sucking and all that, but I think deep down in their heart, I honestly think that Alabama could probably beat both of those teams. I really do.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think Georgia's going to handle Ohio State, and wouldn't surprise me if TCU beat Michigan. So, I mean, I wouldn't be stunned by that. Would you, Jackpot?
I would. I would be honestly. I would be more surprised if Ohio State beat Georgia. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't surprise me if neither one of them made the final. So there's that.
Yeah.
Anyway, how many sir, so I know you support the Alabama folks. How many trailer parks are on fire right now because you guys didn't make the playoffs? I mean, I know that there's sheet metal burning right now in Alabama.
Yeah, I don't know about trailer parks, but I can tell you this: I've seen a lot of pissed off fans on Facebook. That's for sure.
I wonder why they're pissed off, because let's
they
be honest,
deserve to go.
Yeah, I mean, you don't deserve to be there.
I've been saying it.
Yeah,
I've been saying that.
Well, you should be the shepherd, sir, and lead that fan base. You should tell them, look, we didn't deserve to be there anyway, and then maybe tell some of your players don't leave the program before we play the Sugar Bowl. So it could be that too.
I've been saying that all week long, and even if they put us in, let's just be honest. And I just got done doing, of course, my own live stream and talking about this. The coaching, not necessarily Nick Saban, but I'll tell you what, Bill O'Brien has screwed over our offense and Bryce Young this year. I know it's been explosive at times, but when there's pressure, when it's a big-time football game, it just seems like, man, there's penalties, there's miscues, there's a bunch of – I don't know what it is, but there's a lot inside of this program this year that you just look at and say, it's not helping their case to be the standard of college football. It's not helping their case to be a potential national title team. And with that being said, I really like – and if we had got in, we would have played Georgia in the first game. Georgia would have mollywopped us. I'll admit that.
Respectfully, Georgia's going to mollywop just about everybody that they play. It's just a question of, how long they let teams stay in it. So I'm stunned they gave up 30 points to LSU yesterday. I mean, that's ridiculous.
That was funny.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, hey, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Happy holidays, too.
Oh, man, we appreciate that. Randy says, if Cade repeats his MVP performance against the Vols, how much effect will it have on the remainder of the recruiting trail? I mean, if you see that there's going to be a good quarterback there as a receiver, you might want to come. Who knows? Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hey, man, I have a statement for Jackpot.
Sure.
Jackpot, I took South Carolina's team total over 21 points for the Tennessee game. Easiest bet I've ever hit. It hit in the first quarter.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was I don't think that win gets talked about enough now. Kind of, I guess, got overshadowed by the one over the Taters, but that was no doubt the best win of the season. Probably the best win of our
I'll be
history.
honest. I didn't take it because of the Carolina offense. I took it because of the Tennessee defense.
No, I mean that's it is what it is.
Thank you, man.
Hey, man, yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, bye-bye. Uncle Lou wants to hang out with you next weekend, Jackpot. What say you?
Yes, I'm off.
Jackpot, yep.
Sure.
All right, 803-470.
More the merrier.
803-470-2905. Yerder with the super chat. Just so you Notre Dame fans understand, when we say go Cox, we're not talking about altar boys. My goodness. Holy shit with all that. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hello, am I live?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, I didn't really have any specific questions about football, but could you stand next to that Christmas tree? I want to see how tall it is.
You know what? I'm not gonna have you mocking my co-host, sir. You can go grab a bag of dicks. There you go. 803-470.
What happened?
He wants you to stand next to the Christmas tree so he can see how tall it is. I'm not gonna have him mocking my co-host here, sir.
Oh no, I'm a short man. It's taller than I am. So, how about that?
Yeah. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. We'll take calls for a couple more minutes and we're going to get out of here. Brandon wants to know our thoughts on the Liberty Bowl. Two shit teams.
I think Arkansas should win that game.
Yeah. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hey, can you go lay down under the tree and ask Miss Jackpot to put a bow on your forehead?
God damn it. Why are you mocking Jackpot, sir? I thought you guys were friends. Don't do that.
No, I'm not. I'm mocking the caller.
That's a good point, sir. Very
So
good.
you're in the Greenville area? You want to go to lunch or something?
Sure.
Hey, if you take Jackpot to McDonald's and supersize, he might put out.
No, not McDonald's. Come on.
I don't know.
I want to go to some local place that I can't. I want to go to some local place that I can't go to here.
Okay. Well, we got a lot of those.
Yeah.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I'll figure out a way to get in touch with you next Saturday around lunchtime. I'll be up there.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
See
Bye.
you.
All right. It's a bromance. 803.
Take Jackpot to the Beacon. No, it would be taking Uncle Lou to the Beacon.
Yeah, Uncle Lou would like the Beacon. All right. 803-470.
Take him to the S&S. Shit. You know what that is?
Yeah, like the S&S cafeteria, right?
Yes. Where all the old people go.
Yeah, where all the old people go and you get some pecan pie and all that good stuff. So yeah. Nothing wrong with that. We have 216 people watching the program. Make sure that you hit the like button. Very simple.
That helps us out a little bit.
Yeah, hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen.
We get 10 cents for every like.
Mike, very confident with his Michigan team. OSU said the same thing. Be prepared for uber trolling if you're wrong because you'll deserve it all. Hey, man, you guys had a hell of a season. Just for some reason, when the Big Ten, regardless of who comes from the Big Ten, plays in the CFP, that style of football doesn't really translate well into the CFP. I mean, Ohio State won once. I think they won. They won a CFP title, right? Or was that the last BCS? I can't remember, Jackpot. But it worked that one time, but ever since after that, it just really hasn't. Maybe your team will be the one to do it, sir. Who knows?
Mitch Wunderlich says, take Uncle Lou to Kenny's in Spartanburg for some canned veggies. Is that the place? Is that the place in the Wade's parking lot? Yeah, no, that looks
Jerry says S&S steak and gravy, mashed taters, okra, cabbage, 2 thighs, a roll, and a pie. Let's see here. Uncle Lou says, can I bring the Uber lady?
Absolutely.
Mike also says we have the same style as Georgia, just with a tad less talent. Sir, if you beat the Georgia Bulldogs, I mean, it's going to be an undisputed type thing there because they're light years ahead of everybody else. And it's not disrespecting your team. I don't really have a problem with Michigan. But
as Rackham Willie said, if you beat the Georgia Bulldogs, you're going to feel a bulldog bite. You probably don't know who that is, Rob, but
SEC
I don't know
football.
if anybody knows who. I don't know if anybody knows who Rackham Willie is. That's a YouTube legend. Snake Doctor knows who it is.
Uncle Lou says he needs suggestions for somewhere to stay, Jackpot. I mean, I don't know, Jackpot, you can be the travel agent. That's cool.
Well, you can't stay here. Unfortunately, we got too much junk, and every bedroom is taken. Let me see. I don't know. I mean, we got all the usual amenities around here. We've got the Holiday Inns. We got the Holiday Inn Expresses. We got the Best Western. Got the Comfort Inn. Got the Comfort Inn Suites. A lot of nice places around here. What is our Embassy Suites in downtown Greenville? Don't stay at the Trump Inn in Owensboro. Yeah, we're not near Owensboro.
Okay.
Yak says in a van down by the river. No.
Billy says you have room. I don't know about all that. So
There's some weird things that happen in the woods around here.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see how that works out.
We
Bulldogs
got to you make sure we'll have to make sure you stay away from Anderson. That's Is there anything with a jacuzzi right next to the bed? I don't know really. I mean, you're gonna have to study that. I don't really know that much about the motels and hotels in my own hometown, so I don't know.
Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hey, it's Chris in Georgia.
Hey, Chris,
so,
you didn't do cocaine
y'all
before
going to
you
the ball
started the
game?
show. Sorry, you didn't do cocaine before you started the show, did you?
No.
Okay, good. All right, go ahead.
Y'all going to the bowl games or?
I'm covering the Gamecocks that day, so I will not be going to the bowl game. I'll be streaming the Tennessee game that night, though.
You don't get to go. You don't get to go down to Jacksonville to cover the Gamecocks.
I'm going to be in studio. I don't like traveling like that, so I'm in studio.
What about you, Jackpot? You going down there?
No, I'll have to work. So it's I wish it was on a Saturday instead of a Friday, but it is what it is. That's actually not a very far trip from here. It's only like 5 hours. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I was stationed in Jacksonville. I mean, it's a decent little town. That's one reason why I didn't want the Cotton Bowl. Everybody was like, "Oh, you guys think you're too good for the Cotton Bowl." It's on a Monday at noon. Luckily, we've got that day off, but I didn't want to have to turn around, possibly leave a game we lose and hop on a plane and fly back. But this game's on a Friday, so I'll have all weekend to mope if we lose. But at least I'll be in Miami to do it. But,
I'm gonna respond. Let me respond. AATC Springfield says he can't afford tickets. If I wanted to go to the fucking bowl game, or if Jackpot wanted to go to the fucking bowl game, we could go. Jesus Christ. It's not like they're $8,000 tickets. You can get tickets for damn, I think I saw them online, $80 according to ESPN, according to their bowl page. Just stop with all that nonsense, man.
Yeah. I mean, hell, I went to Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
I went to Vanderbilt, East Carolina. I try to go to a road game every year and stay somewhere. So, yeah,
So, I
I'm
mean,
not above paying for some tickets.
Yeah, I mean, and I have to work that day. I'm covering the Gamecocks that day, so I will not, unless the iHeart wants to send me down there, which they probably won't. I will not be attending that game or the Orange Bowl game. So, if it were a different day and I wanted to go down, I'd go. It's just, I don't know, man. Anyway.
But no, I'm curious. I think we'll probably run the ball a lot more than we ran the ball a lot this year, and they had a lot of rushing touchdowns. But I think they're going to lean more on the run. I don't know. We'll see what Joe Milton does. He can throw the ball a country mile, but he doesn't put any air under it, so the receivers can't find it. By the time they find it, it's already sailing past them. So he needs to learn. Hopefully, they teach him.
Chris, let's just be honest though. As of Sunday night at 10:25 Eastern time on December the 4th, 26 days before the bowl game, we don't know who's going to be there and who isn't. We do know that Clemson's starting quarterback yesterday is not going to be there. We know that Tennessee's starting quarterback that was there all season is not going to be there. We know Tennessee's offensive coordinator is out. One of Clemson's wide receiver, E.J. Williams, is out. We know that those guys are gone, but there may be more guys that will leave. So, I mean, to sit here and just to say, other than me just saying, fuck your hillbilly team, and you can call us whatever the hell it is you want to call us up there, we don't really know. I mean, so it's kind of hard to break it down until we get a little bit closer.
Yeah, true. I mean, I
That's
think
kind
all
of a
our
battle of two hillbilly teams, isn't it? Really? I mean, we want to get technical.
Well, either way, I mean, it'll be an interesting game, but it's not going to be. I mean, it'll be fun to watch, but you don't know who's going to be there yet, so we'll see.
I still think. I mean, I'm glad with the ball placement and the opponent. I still think Alabama was ranked too high. I think seeing Nick Saban, that was the saddest for a legend. Like you sit there and you hear about the legends like Coach K and Pat Summitt and Vince Lombardi, and then you hear of a legend like Nick Saban, and he's up there just like slobbing on the committee's knob last night in the middle of another conference's championship game, talking about, oh well, please let us in. We didn't beat anybody good, but we didn't lose to anybody bad. That's got to count for something. Like, it's just like, man, just step down before you just tarnish. He's doing the Bill Belichick right now. Like Bill Belichick, when Tom Brady wanted to leave, he should have rode off into the sunset. He did. Now he's just sitting there, got Mac Jones cussing his offensive coordinator out on the sideline. It's like, dude, you're tarnishing your legacy. Like, you're always gonna be a legend, but you're tarnishing it, man. Just ride out into the sunset while you still can before you Joe Pa yourself or something.
Mike says he was panhandling like a hobo.
I'm telling you, it was like, honestly, Penn State deserves that spot more than Tennessee or Alabama does, if you ask me. I mean, Alabama didn't beat anybody, and Tennessee lost real bad when they did lose. Like, at least Penn State's argument is, hey, we lost to 2 playoff teams. Like, Alabama does not deserve the best win they got was an 8-win Texas that they should have lost to. That if the refs knew what a safety was, they would have lost that game. Like, that's their best win, and they're out there acting like, yeah, if we go into the playoffs, I think we could win it all. No, dude, you would get slaughtered by every team in the playoffs right now. Like, it's just, I don't know. And then we'll see what they do with coordinators and whatnot. But like, Bryce Young carried that team pretty much by himself all year. Once he's gone, I mean, who do they really got? Are they going to go steal a bunch of more players from 3-win teams like they have the last 2 years and expect to be elite? Like, it just don't work that way, man. You can't go steal from 3-9 Vandy and expect that offensive tackle to come in and be a 5-star. Like, especially when you've got 5 stars you've recruited. Like, fire your whole scouting and recruiting department if you have to go.
Hold on now. Look. I fuck Alabama too, but I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs was a hell of a pickup from Georgia Tech. Toto was a hell of a pickup from Tennessee. I mean, it's not like they're just picking up scraps.
Toto's
They're
cost
getting
them some games.
Toto's
cost
going to
them
be
some games.
Well. All right, we'll go with Jahmyr Gibbs then. Jahmyr Gibbs had
and
a
I
great
agree.
season for them.
Jahmyr Gibbs is elite, and I'll give him that. But at the same time, why are you having to go to 3-9 Georgia Tech to get and you're treating? He's a third down, like he's a speed all-purpose back. You should not be trying to pound him up the middle. And why haven't any of your other 5-star backs became that every down back? Why don't you have a Derrick Henry or a Brian Robinson? Why are you having to go out there and beat the piss out of Jahmyr Gibbs and put 1,000 miles on him before he gets to the league? Because you can't recruit anymore. You go out there and you letting 247 do your recruiting for you.
Look, he finished 8th in the conference in rushing this year, 850 yards. But the big thing with that is that he got 850 yards on 136 carries. So the guys above him all had more carries than he did. And you go to the 3-9 teams like that have studs like that, because that's just the way college football is now. If you see talent,
I mean, not everybody
go and get it. I mean, he's ahead of the curve. I wish Dabo Swinney would do that. Absolutely. If you see somebody, they're in the shitter, they're a 6-6 team, but they got a hell of a defensive end, why not go out there and get him? That would make sense.
I mean, Kirby's bashing everybody's brains in, and he's not doing that. I mean, you're Nick Saban. Your recruiting should be above board. You should not be having to go look at your running back room full of talent and then overuse the shit out of Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, don't get me wrong. Any team in the world would have loved to have Jahmyr Gibbs, but bring him in to be your premier every down back when he's an all-purpose back that should be.
So let me make sure I understand. Then, under that logic, Tennessee shouldn't have went and got what was it, Brew, whatever the hell his name was, from Southern Cal. Don't go and get him. Is that what you're?
In year two of
Southern Cal fired their coach. I mean, they were technically a last year, But hey, don't go and do that. Is that what you're saying? I mean, I think you just have like an overwhelming hatred for Alabama.
If Josh Heupel is in year 15, was that Saban's a 15, 17, something like that. If he is that far into the game and he's having to, what team really sucks? Let's go steal their players. I'm going to be ashamed of that. I would be ashamed of that. Yeah. I mean,
Right,
year
so
2, I can
I'll make
understand it.
sure.
You're rebuilding it.
Look, so I mean, Georgia's gotten guys that have come there to their team too. Eric Gilbert was at Florida, then LSU, and then went there. I mean,
he never
the
enrolled at Florida, but I
the
get
point
what you're
is
saying.
the transfer portal is the way of the future. Guys are going there. To think that your coach shouldn't go and get guys from there is, I mean, you got to get with the
But you
times,
can't
man.
sit there and go. You can't go get an offensive tackle from Vanderbilt who had their quarterback getting murdered last year on a 3-9 team, and then wonder why Bryce Young's getting his dick put in the dirt every game. And be like, why? Well, good. Well, how about the 5-star offensive tackles you went and stole from Texas, and we got so and so from Georgia. Why aren't they panning out? Why are you having to go get the 2-star that Vandy picked up and developed a little bit, but he still ain't really good enough? He shouldn't be starting for Alabama, but you have to go get him because you can't develop anybody.
Yeah,
but
to be fair, one of the knocks on Dabo up at Clemson is that he doesn't use the transfer portal, or he doesn't use it very often. He's gotten like 1 or 2 players out of it. So,
I mean, he doesn't get JUCOs, and I think it's going to bite him in the ass. But at the same time, Dabo feels like his talent is good enough, just like Kirby feels like his talent. Now, I'm not saying there's 2 extremes. You shouldn't be going to the portal for every skill player you need and important positions like middle linebacker and offensive tackle. You should be able to get those and develop them up when you're in year 15 of a system. But at the same time, like the way Kirby's doing it, as much as I hate UGA, Kirby's doing it right. Like Kirby will be like, we need a fucking DB. Let's go get Kyrie Jackson. I think that was his name, the kid from West Virginia. Like, and he didn't even really do much his first year, I don't think. And like he's developing the talent that he's getting. That's the thing.
I want to give
Saban's
Uncle
not doing
Lou
that anymore.
the credit for this. He says, does this guy know that Tennessee took a quarterback from Virginia Tech who couldn't complete a pass? So, I mean, there's that.
Yes. In year 1, I'm talking, you're 17 years into a system. He's literally picked every player on that team. It's just like when we look at Jimbo, and Jimbo's sitting there, well, I ain't got the offensive players I need yet. Bro, you're in fucking year 6. And you recruited every player.
But he can't. With the system, you say year 17 of the system. I mean, he's constantly having to evolve and change the system to roll with the.
He's not sitting there going from the spread to the triple option. Like, he should have the players he needs. He doesn't have. They're trying to go get Drake May because Ty Simpson, 5-star quarterback, not good enough. Jalen Milroe, 4-star, high 4-star quarterback, not good enough. The 2 he's bringing in, nope, neither one of them are good enough. I want to go steal Drake May or Sam Hartman or somebody from another school. Like, why aren't these guys panning out? What is your problem?
I mean, they can't. I mean, you don't know that everybody's always going to pan out. I mean, look at the ukulele.
Look, in 2018,
I know, but if you bring in 5, if you have 4 blue chip quarterbacks on your team and you can't make one of them work, that's a huge problem.
Was a blue chip.
That's not a quarterback problem.
In 2018, the Alabama roster had Mac Jones, a starting quarterback for the New England Patriots, Tua Tagovailoa, the starting quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, and
was that 4
let's
years
not
ago now?
Hold on, and Jalen Hurts, who went on. He's the starting quarterback for the Eagles now. Saban stockpiles talent. I mean, why do you have like just this utter hatred for what he does? Is it because he normally beats the shit out of you?
No, it's because look at you're proving my point. 4 years ago, he had 4 quarterbacks that all panned out underneath him, and now he's got 3 quarterbacks that all panned out. They were on the roster at the same time. Now he's got 5 blue chip quarterbacks.
Sir, his quarterback won the Heisman Trophy last year. How is that not panning out? So the Heisman's a fuck up.
Who recruited that quarterback? Did Bill O'Brien recruit that quarterback?
Who gives a shit? He won the Heisman Trophy as Saban as the head coach. I guess that's not panning out.
And
though,
everybody
right?
talked about that's
not
the
panning
Heisman
out?
that nobody wanted.
Oh Jesus! You know what? I think that Nick Saban could cure cancer, and you would be like, "Fuck Saban."
He
I
wouldn't
really
do it.
believe
He
that.
would fucking charge $1 billion if he cured cancer. And then he would cry that, well, everybody's mad I don't cure AIDS. Please put me in the playoffs.
I'm sorry we didn't trade. That's just, Nick Saban's a big fucking crybaby now. Like I said, he's
Well-
tarnishing his legacy, dude.
Sure.
Like, it's pitiful.
Sure.
What other coach got to go up there that was on the fringe? Did they let Ryan Day come on and say, hey, man, can you let us in the playoffs? Nope. They let Josh Heupel? Nope. Why does Nick Saban get to?
Well, I mean, Josh Heupel had no
He should be
business
the last-
being there anyway. So, I mean, it
He
wasn't
should
like
be the last
Tennessee was in the
person
mix.
begging.
So.
He should be the last person begging. He should be ashamed of how his team played this year, not thinking that it's good enough to make the playoffs. That's how you know the game's passed them. If that was Kirby Smart, and Kirby Smart had lost 2 games, you wouldn't find him anywhere near begging for that. He said, this team ain't fucking good enough. We ain't good enough to get in. We'll be better next year. We'll beat everybody's ass next year. That's what Kirby would say. Nick Saban, please let me in. I'm sorry. We didn't beat nobody good.
Well, maybe
Damn near
maybe
cried
one day,
with damn Miss
maybe
Little
maybe
Debbie
one
wrappers
day,
underneath his desk.
maybe one day that if Heupel can keep that gimmick offense going, you guys can have a tenth of the success of Alabama has, and maybe you won't be so upset.
What if Alex Golesh goes down there and takes all of Jeff Scott's players? They were running that gimmick Clemson offense, and they went like 2-10. What if he takes all Jeff Scott's players and they go like 9-3 in a couple of years? Which gimmick works better, Clemson's or Tennessee's?
I don't know. I mean, Clemson's had more success than Tennessee. Let's not forget, what was it, 5-6 years ago? You
Oh,
couldn't
you
win a
what? You
conference
guys
game,
went 10-2,
so.
went to the Orange Bowl in year 2 of Debo's gimmick.
I mean, you really want to go down that road? Look, we'll play you in a couple weeks. Make sure you show back up for that, and make sure you continue to come at me with Nick Saban doesn't develop quarterbacks, even though his quarterback won the Heisman last year. Make sure you keep that energy up, brother.
Why is
Keep
he
that
going?
energy up.
Why is he
Didn't Clemson play for the
Brown's
ACC
quarterback?
championship
All his other quarterbacks
in
are good.
Dabo's second year, Rob?
Yeah, Clemson did play for the ACC title in Dabo's second year, but
It was
I mean,
actually his first year, really, if you want to look at it that way.
What was his? Didn't he
Look,
get to play for the title with like 9 wins? Oh my God! I wish I wish our conference was so shitty we could play for the title
well, I mean,
with 9 wins.
LSU did it yesterday, you dumb fuck, with 9 wins. Get the fuck off my phone. Holy shit, dude. Oh my God.
No.
I can't recover from that. Tell me what I said that was wrong. It's the truth.
I don't know. He gets mad at everything. He just
mad at
it's
everything.
like it gets dumber and dumber. Sex-69.fun says my private photo here for free. Don't
No,
click
you're
that,
not.
but
Let's see here. G. Smith says, "What you gonna do when the gimmick bones you?" Is the what? I don't know what that means, sir.
What do you say?
He says, "What you gonna do when the gimmick bones you?" Uncle Lou says these Tennessee people are something else. B Bean says, "Rob, where is your respect for dumb callers?" I mean, I let him talk for like 5 or 6 minutes, and everything he said was just stupid. I couldn't let it go on anymore.
Well, it started out okay, and then he just slowly morphed into more and more down the dumb boulevard.
Big Ronnie Ross says Louisville basketball sucks. Yes, they do. I don't know if they've won a game yet or not, but yeah. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. This motherfucker's got me defending Alabama. Jesus. All right, Jackpot. It's been fun. I'm ready to go and knock some stuff out. But as always, and by the way, we appreciate you folks that have tuned in during the season. And I know football's getting closer to the end here, but hey, stick around. I mean, we do the show all year, so don't run too far. All right.
Absolutely.
What else you got?
All right, guys.
All right, man. We'll talk to you guys later on. See you later.